So I want to talk about JAPA, that is the movement of people from the country to other countries, especially a movement of professionals from Nigeria, health professionals, those in the academia, to foreign countries. Now, there have been different take on the JAPA issue, and there have been a lot of complaint of brain drain and all of that. I just want to air my opinion on the issue. So, for me, there are different reasons why people JAPA. One of it is that it's a trend. There's a trend. And I remember when we were growing up, when we were in school, then the trend then was for people to go to Saudi Arabia. Professionals, health professionals, were going to Saudi Arabia. They work there for some years, then come back and establish hospitals and all that. So that was a trend at the time. And even before then, I remember in the secondary school, when we were finishing secondary school, thereabout, there was a trend then. I'm from Delta State. So Delta, Bendem, Edo, Delta, especially in Edo State. There was a trend there where young youths were going to Italy. We were traveling to Europe, to Italy, and all that. So that was a trend at the time. So, and in recent times, because of COVID-19, there was a collapse of health systems in foreign countries, and there was a demand for foreign workers. So that demand created a lot of trend of people moving out of the country. So it's a trend, and each generation sees this trend of people leaving the country, professionals, sometimes youths, young ones, professionals, academia, leaving the country to other countries. It's a trend. And when something is a trend, you can't stop it. When there is a trend, like when people were going to Italy years back, it was a trend. There's nothing you can do about it. When people were going to Saudi then, and even now, it's a trend. So when there is a trend, there's nothing you can do to stop it. It's a moving train. There's nothing you can do. It's difficult to stop a moving train. So that's one reason why people, when there's a trend of people traveling out, there's nothing you can do about it. Another thing is that those who are determined to leave will leave. If you notice that not everyone will leave. If you look at a class, if you look at your class of people who you finish together, in the same class, you graduated, you are professionals, not everybody leaves, and not everybody will leave. Whether it's in academia, in the universities, or in the hospitals, teaching hospitals and all that, there are those that are still going to stay. Yes, a number of people will leave, but many others will stay. Now, those who are determined to leave, they will leave. There is nothing you can do about it. If you are determined to leave, you see people doing 3 jobs, to save money so that they can leave. Once that determination is there for them to leave, they will leave. So there are people who are determined to leave, and they will leave. They work hard to leave. Now, there are others that have close family. Another reason why people JAPA is that they have close family members there. There are those who have their partners there. There are those who have their relations there, family members there. And they've been traveling to see them. And so, those who have very close ties with those there, they will leave. And there's nothing you can do about that. Another thing is that there is the promise of a brighter life, of a brighter future there, better pay, better living conditions. So once that promise is there, that if you go out, you'll be offered something better than what you have, definitely people would leave. Another thing that makes people to JAPA is the situation in the country. When things are tough, when the security situation is worsening, when some are being persecuted for one reason or the other, all those things create a great room for people to think about leaving. So the situation in the country can contribute to people leaving. These are some of the reasons. The another thing is that, just as I mentioned before, there's a huge demand for qualified professionals in foreign countries. There's a huge demand. There's a demand in the health sector, there's a demand in academia and in the sciences and all that. So there's a demand. When there is a demand, when these skills are needed, where professionals are needed, and there is a demand, definitely people would want to go because there is a demand for such professionals. So the demand is real. Now, migration is top tier politics now. That, Trump won. Part of the reason why Trump won, because he promised to be tough on migration, and all that. Although sometimes some people say it's illegal migration and stuff like that. But when politics gets into migration, it affects both legal and illegal migration, because you want to be tough, you want to look tough, because polling shows that the indigenes in those countries, right, many are against migration. Whether in Europe or in America, many are against migration. So if you come out tough, people will like that. Now, in spite of that migration politics, there is still need in those countries. There is still need for foreign workers. And so that need, so after all the politicking and all those ones, after they've died down, since that need exists, there will still be people migrating there because of that need. It's possible that if things change, if the migration laws become tough, if situation become tough for people who have already migrated there, it's possible that there could be reverse migration, where people come back to their home countries because situations have changed them. So you can see there are different reasons why people migrate, and there's nothing you can do about that. Now, so as I've said, you can't stop those who want to leave. They will leave. Those who are determined to leave, they will leave. Those who have ties there, they will leave. So what can you do? Now, the government, sometimes you see government, people that work in government agencies, and so you see people talking about what can we do to stop brain drain. You see people brainstorming on how to stop brain drain and stuff like that. So what can you do? For me, there's nothing you can do to stop those who want to go. But the fact is, there are many who will not go. Due to certain circumstances or whatever, there are many that will still stay back. So don't focus on those who are going or those who want to go, because that is a train that has already left. You can't stop it. It's difficult to stop a moving train. Rather, focus on those who don't leave. Focus on those who don't get on the train. A train has left. You can't do anything about those on the train. But those who didn't get on the train, those who stayed back, those who didn't JAPA, those who stayed back, focus on them. So instead of the government and agencies trying to stop JAPA, migration and all of that, focus on those who stay. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, those who stay, those who are working in the country as professionals in different fields, right? If they work with government, either federal government or state government, the government should meet up with their obligations. If you employ people to work in your hospitals, meet up with your obligations. There are some hospitals, especially at different states